Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I feel as if we haven't left this space. This morning, Neil Gaiman updated his website, and he has responded to the allegations that first emerged this past July. That's my dog. We're just going to go through the letter together. How's that? We're going to go through the letter together, and everyone can come to their own conclusion. Okay? Okay. So I'm going to pull it up on the website. Okay, so on Neil's website, the page has been updated, FAQs. The About Neil page has been updated. And the most important thing is the journal entry. The journal entry is what we're going for. Okay. It looked way longer on my phone. Okay. Published at 10:20 in the morning. First paragraph. Over the past many months, I have watched the stories circulating the internet about me with horror and dismay. I've stayed quiet until now, but out of respect for the people who are sharing their stories and out of a desire not to draw even more attention to a lot of misinformation. I've always tried to be a private person and felt increasingly that social media was the wrong place to talk about important personal matters. I've now reached the point where I feel I should say something. As I read through this latest collection of accounts, there are moments I half recognize and moments I don't. Descriptions of things that happened sitting beside things that emphatically did not happen. I'm far from a perfect person, but I have never engaged in non-consensual sexual activity with anyone ever. I went back to read the messages I exchanged with the women around and following the occasions that have subsequently been reported as being abusive. These messages read now as they did then when I received them, of two people enjoying entirely consensual sexual relationships and wanting to see one another again. At the time I was in those relationships, they seemed positive and happy on both sides. And I also realize, looking through them years later, that I could have and should have done so much better. I was emotionally unavailable while being sexually available, self-focused and not as thoughtful as I could or should have been. I was obviously careless with people's hearts and feelings, and that's something I really deeply regret. It was selfish of me. I was caught up in my own story and I ignored other people's. I spent some months now taking a long, hard look at who I have been and how I have made people feel. Like most of us, I'm learning. I'm trying to do the work needed, and I know that that's not an overnight process. I hope that with the help of good people, I'll continue to grow. I understand that not everyone will believe me or even care what I say, but I'll be doing the work anyway for myself, my family, and the people I love. I will be doing my very best to deserve their trust, as well as the trust of my readers. At the same time, as I reflect on my past and as I re-review everything that actually happened, as opposed to what is being alleged, I don't accept there was any abuse. To repeat, I have never engaged in non-consensual sexual activity with anyone. Some of the horrible stories now being told simply never happened, while others have been so distorted from what actually took place that they bear no relationship to reality. I am prepared to take responsibility for any missteps I made. I'm not willing to turn my back on the truth, and I can't accept being described as someone I am not. And I cannot and will not admit to doing things I didn't do. End. Let's just let that sit for a minute. Let it sit. I do have some questions though. See if you agree with me. Okay, so my take on the statement is that it is, it came from Neil. He's a writer. He's good at writing. The first time I read it, that was the second time that I read it with you all. The first time I read it, I was like, Neil. And then I let it set in. You know, I have trust issues in my life to start with. And now, oh gosh. I think that there is like a removal from the events that happened long ago, but he still has the text messages from years ago. Do you have text messages from years ago? Or is he bluffing? I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Just don't calm down. I think this would have hit better if it would have happened in July. If this would have happened in July, I think me personally would feel better than having all this time go. There's nothing in that letter that's groundbreaking. Why not say something back then? I know he said the whole social media thing and all that, but if you're trying to self-preserve and, if you're trying to not save yourself, if you're trying to be a part of this conversation that's been running without you, is it a little too late? I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. This could be more, and anybody would, right? Damage control for controlling the narrative that's out there. Now is when you want to do that. I would have done it back in July, but that's me. So I'm not going to analyze this any further. But I would like to hear your thoughts on the matter. After yesterday's video, I did not plan on doing anything today, but he's back. Maybe he watched my video. Who knows? But I think it's important that his voice be heard as well. My 2 cents really don't matter. The only thing that matters right now is what happens between Neil and the people involved. That's it. We're just bystanders. We are just in the audience, watching it all play out, giving our 2 cents that really don't mean anything, that really don't matter. These are people's lives that we're talking about. These are people's livelihoods. This is trauma. This is mental health. There are so many factors that go into this whole experience for the people involved. And, I want to remain respectful. It can't be easy, right? So yeah, so I'm not asking specifically, break this whole thing down. What I'm asking is just what's your initial impression? What's your initial impression of the statement that Neil made? I swear when I read it on my phone, it was like that. And then when I look at it on my computer, it's like that. I'm glad he decided to speak. I just wish it was earlier. That's just me. Okay. All right. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. And I hope you are all doing well. If you're going to leave me a comment, leave it with the highest good and the highest kindness. I've answered a lot of comments today. Thank you all for checking out my channel, being here. It really does mean a lot. I hope that my videos help people have a platform to process their thoughts, feelings, and emotions, that they're not alone, That's basically just why I do it, so I could hear myself think out loud. All right. And make sure that you're taking care of yourself so you can take care of others. And I will see you in my next video, which will be a definitely happier topic. All right, everybody. Have a great night, and I'll see you soon.